Alright, so this is a hand I think I can work with. Oh no, that first hand was terrible. This one's okay though. Um, alright, so we're playing against red here. This is a hasty looking deck out the front. I have that cast down for turn 2. Not sure I want to use that on the Firebrand just yet. He's gonna ping me. Keep poking. That's how it works. That's his deck, that's mine. It's his deck, not mine. Alright, so we're gonna wait. See if he drops something bigger. And that Pirate's Cutlass is gonna be really dangerous if I let him start swinging on me with the Fanatical Firebrand. So I destroyed his creature. Now this was a critical mistake by me because I should have waited until after he swung so he couldn't ping me for damage, which his mistake was not doing. That's why I said oops there. That was a big mistake by both players, and I mean, it wouldn't have determined the difference in the match, but it was a very poor play by both of us. Alright, so he's got his Captivating Crew. My Ammon Eternal is on the board. We'll go ahead and play my Cabal Stronghold, and then we're going to swing with him not knowing what I have in my hand or what I can play this turn. He doesn't block. I was kind of hoping he would block it, just because then I could get it back with my Gravedigger, but that's okay. I'll play Izareth. And I've got a 3/3 Death Touch. Now he plays Angrath the Flame Chained. That is a unfortunate card to see. He steals Izareth, rightly so. Definitely a better pick than Amit would have been. So he swings, nasty damage. Nasty damage out the gate. I'm not feeling very good right now. So I left this in. I didn't chop this because I wanted to show that even though it didn't make a difference for me in that I was playing Murder, it's worth keeping open mana if you can, especially if your color has removal stuff or you have any kind of combat tricks available to your color, not even in your hand or your deck, but just available to your color, because leaving that one black open lets my opponent think maybe I have a final push, which I don't run in, I don't think, any of my decks, which maybe is a mistake on my part, but I don't run final push. Um, it's just not a card that I'm usually like, yeah, let's get this in there. I think Cast Down's a better card, probably. I mean, there's definitely times where final push is really nice. Um, I just like Cast Down. It feels like terror. I like terror. I'm an old school player like that. Alright, so he comes in with Captain Lannery. This is going to hurt, but I have to block it just in case he has a haste something coming out next turn. Like, I'm thinking on Crop Crasher, which if I had let him hit me, wouldn't have made a difference. Like, I'd just be dead. So we blocked it, then we blow it up with the Sky Sovereign. Sky Sovereign's looking pretty good. I can drop just Graveyard Marshal alone will be able to power it up, and so is Izareth. So I've got two creatures I can play, both of which will power up the Sky Sovereign. He's going to hit me for one more damage here. Now he put that guy on top of his deck, but I'm not worried about it. I'm looking here to see if I can use my Rise from the Grave for anything, but it's not going to help me any, so we're going to play Izareth, followed by the Graveyard Marshal. And we're gonna, I considered initially powering it with the Graveyard Marshal, and then I changed my mind to the Izareth because I would rather lose the Graveyard Marshal than the Izareth. So that's why I did that, because I had to be able to block the next turn if he chose to swing, and I wanted to be able to swing block with something that I could choose to sack over the other. So we're gonna blow up that pinger that's gonna keep pinging me every time he drops a pirate. Swing in the air for 6, but he's gonna concede, and I think that was the right call on his point. His creatures are all smaller. I had that big beastly thing, and it was just going to keep beating him. So his chances of winning that game were pretty small based on what I had seen of his deck composition. All right, we're going up against a mono green deck here, looks like. Gifted Aetherborn on turn 2. Nice card. Yeah, this is the Infinite Ping deck that I'm going against. The guy never gets his combo pieces. He gets two of them, but he doesn't get the final piece, which is too bad for him, especially considering all the digging he does. Like, this guy digs quite a bit. So my second Gifted Aetherborn hits the field. I'm checking out Torgar because I have not really looked at that card prior to this. This is my first game playing with Torgar in my hand. It's a nice card. It's definitely got its limitations. Now here I was a little confused because I was trying to figure out why I couldn't play Doomfall, and the answer is that Shalai actually gives the player Shroud as well, which I did not realize, which is really, really nice. That makes Shalai, in my opinion, a god tier card. I mean, anytime you can give a player Shroud with a creature, that creature is amazing. That's a really nice creature. There are ways to, especially since there's ways to protect creatures relatively easily. You just have to give them like hexproof or something like that. Alright, so here's the Sorcerer's Wand. This is, as soon as I saw the Sorcerer's Wand, Shalai, and the Bodyguard, I knew what I was dealing with, and I was feeling the pressure to rush, which is why right here I'm swinging. We're just going all face on this guy. Here's the thing. I think he made a mistake here, or not here, excuse me, because he did kill one of the lifelink creatures, because keeping me from gaining life might be, I mean, it's not really a, honestly, because of the build on this guy's deck, the Infinite Ping, it's not a priority to really control their life and prevent them from gaining life, because once you get all your combo, it doesn't matter how much life they have, they still go down. The issue is that he could have maybe like if he'd drawn like a few bigger creatures or a few other like flyers, he could have tried to race me on damage. Now here his creature's indestructible. That's why I didn't play the Noxious Gearhulk. And he keeps dropping these bodyguards. I mean, the timing on these bodyguards, either he's drawing them or he started with 3 in hand. I mean, they really come in when he needs them to, which is really good for him and really, really unfortunate for me. So here we're going to target Shalai with Murder. I know he's just going to sack the Bodyguard, but it forces him to sack it rather than having something where he could maybe protect it. Here's the thing, it was a mistake, because what I should have done was swung against Shalai, swung into Shalai, he would have chosen to sack it, and then before it resolved, I should have murdered his Shalai. That would have gotten me through a turn sooner, but it didn't matter because I got my Tetsamok off, and that is when he's going to concede the game, because the Tetsamok plus the Ghalta, it doesn't matter. He's lost what he needs for his piece. He's got a turn, maybe 2, before I kill him. And he's just got a Bodyguard, so we're going to drop a Swamp here. Boop. Doomfall. Get that creature off the board. I considered doing the hand, but I'm like, it doesn't matter. Let's just hit the creature. I didn't want to just play it for nothing, so I was really trying to get this guy off my board as fast as possible. So we've got him to 2. He's going to draw, see if he can get his combo piece. He drew a land. He's probably got 2 life gain enchantments in his hand, so he's just waiting for that Paladin, and he just never drew it. So good game to my opponent. I'm sorry you didn't get your card. Not sorry enough, though. Like, that combo is really... It's clever, I guess. I mean, somebody figured it out. But, at this point, I've seen it enough that I'm like, I'm not impressed. Alright, so we've got, looks like a mono green deck. I'm getting ready for the big Gigantosaurus here. But I see a Jade Light Runner, which is a really nice card. Jade Light is a solid choice for a deck that's running green if you're doing Explore or even just a mono green beefy deck. It's a really nice card. I think Explore is one of the nicest abilities I've seen in a really long time. Now this seemed like a really big mistake to me. He should have kept the 2-1 and put the -1 counter on the Druid and made it a 0-2. You're not killing anything with a 1-3, so just dump it. But nope, he didn't. So here he goes to 1 creature instead of 2. Against a mono deck, black deck, he had to assume that there was going to be some removal for creatures, so he just ignored basic information about the color he was playing, shrunk his creature count unnecessarily low, and I think it actually does contribute to him losing the game here. Alright, so we've got Open the Graves. This will make it so if he does kill something of mine, I'm just going to get tokens back. Now, Ghalta, that's bad news. That's bad news for me. We're going to block with the Gifted Aetherborn to the 5/5. It'll kill it, I'll gain 2 life, and I get a zombie token. Not bad for a day's work for a zombie. Now, I don't have a way of getting rid of his Druid cheaply and effectively, so I can't hit Ghalta with the Doomfall as much as I would like to. So we're just gonna play Gonti, grab that Mute Prodigious Growth. Here comes another Vigilant Baloth. He's gonna, of course, swing with Ghalta. We're gonna block with Gonti, which has Death Touch. I'm gonna eat a lot of damage on that attack. Thankfully, my Gifted Aetherborn has helped me gain a little bit of life. And we're going to pump another token. He drops another Druid of the Cal. At this point, he can play anything in his deck, basically. He's got 9 mana. Ghalta is an easy cast. It was an easy cast for him like 2 turns ago. This one I was looking. What I really wanted to do, I chose Gifted Aetherborn because I'm looking at that Prodigious Growth, thinking about strapping that +7/+7 on a lifelink Death Touch creature. Really fun idea. I don't get to do it because he drops his Ghalta here and puts the pressure beyond what I can handle. So we're gonna block. Now I almost blocked with the second zombie token, but I realized I needed to block with the actual creatures so that I could get my bodies on the board for them dying. He makes the terrible mistake of not killing the token for several reasons. I mean, it's a black deck. I can reanimate. Don't put it in the graveyard if you don't have to. But, you know, that's okay. No arguments. I'll take it. So we're going to play Doomfall because I don't know that... the only other thing I could have played here was the Glint Sleeve Siphoner, and that was not going to give me any kind of blocking power. That was a very disheartening play. I mean, it's a 20/20 trample creature. Ouch. Thankfully, the life gain on my Gifted Aetherborns at this point, I believe, has kept me alive, barely. We are able to stop the onslaught from that creature. We'll play another Swamp. We'll play Sky Sovereign and pop this Druid. Doesn't really matter, but we're just kind of building up our board, getting a little bit ahead here if we can. I'm kind of waiting on, Forest. Yeah, so he just drew a top deck to land. At this point, that is not what he wants to see at all. We're going to play these Glint Sleeve Siphoners, which will give us enough to draw a singular card next turn. And we can tap them to power up the Sky Sovereign this turn, which will let us swing for 8 in the air, which means, well, 8 total, 6 in the air, 2 on the ground. And if he's not able to present a blocker by the next turn, we're just going to kill him. Alright, so he does have a 2-1. Even if he makes it a 3-2, though, yeah, it's okay. So it's a 3-2. He's got the Thrashing Brontodon on cooldown, but it's not going to matter because we draw an extra card. We can Doom Fall the thing out of the way. We can pop it with Sky Sovereign. He knows it. He forfeits. Good game, Mastodon. Alright, so we're going to keep this hand. 2 Cabal Strongholds is pretty spicy given the double black costs I've got on a bunch of these cards. But I'm really hoping I shouldn't have a hard time drawing into a swamp in an all black deck. Right? Alright, so turn 2 here. No swamps. Alright, so we'll drop the Cabal Stronghold, hope for the best. If nothing else, we can Doomfall next turn. And it looks like he's not dropping a creature this turn because he's got Treasure Map. So Treasure Map drops. Cool. Swings with that. Alright, so no swamp again. I'm getting very nervous here, but we can Doomfall his creature, so maybe he doesn't know that we're in trouble. And except we're gonna go for the hand. Never mind. We're gonna get rid of Vraska's Contempt. Nasty card. Would have really hurt me. Just based on the fact that I have so few creatures in my hand, and the ones I do have, there's a resurrecting one, there's a resurrecting one, and then I have a sacrificing one. So yeah, and then I have Rise from the Grave. So I definitely don't want him preventing me resurrecting creatures. Another turn, no land drop. Ouch. We've got a Phylactery Lich coming down. At this point, I'm calling the game because he's getting everything he needs, and I'm just not drawing that single swamp that I have needed this entire time. And yeah, it's the game. Yeah. So this is a mono black beatdown. I'm just not the one who wins. Um, 2 mono black decks fighting each other. I don't get the swamp I need early enough. He just has a better draw. He just has a better draw. My draw would have been fine if I had just drawn a single extra swamp at some point. It would have been an okay hand. But instead I drew a couple of more cards that were just not what I needed, so. And then of course he drops Torment of Hailfire on me. Not a lot you can do about Torment of Hailfire. Torment of Hailfire is an amazing card that has very little value early game. But late game, it is devastating. I mean, absolutely trash somebody, especially if you're running Cabal Strongholds, and you can get a whole crap ton of extra mana. It is mono black at its finest. I mean, you get to make the choice on what you lose, but anything you lose is gonna hurt a lot. I'm honestly not entirely sure why I kept playing this. Other than I don't like forfeiting prior to actual defeat, where it's very clear that there's going to be a winner. I want to see if there's a chance to turn it around. Of course, at this point, there is no turning this around. I just don't have the ability to play enough. So I play the 2 creatures. It's not going to matter. I know he can kill one of them at least. He's got a flash creature. Like, he has this. No doubts. I let him blow that up so I could, it's a blocker, whatever. Yeah, concede. Good game. Good game, all hell. Alright, so next game, play Swamp. Alright, I see that green. I'm getting ready for mono green here. Alright, we'll play a Glint Sleeve Siphoner. Say hello. Hello! Alright, he says hello back. Nice. Friendly player. Alright, Druid of the Cowl. He's not going to be able to block my Glint Sleeve, so we're gonna swing on him after we play a second one. We're going to be gaining energy every turn, quite a bit of it. We should be able to draw a card every turn for the cost of a life, which is not a huge expense. Now he plays that Dire Mare is an exceptionally nasty card against a mono black deck like I'm playing. Like, it's a 5/3 hexproof, cannot be blocked by black. So at this point, I have to play super aggressive. I have to just swing because I can't block his 5, and that puts me on a 4-turn clock. So I have to kill him first, is really what it comes down to. So I have to keep enough pressure on him that he either chooses not to swing, which I'm not doing with 3 bodies on the board, or I have to kill him first. So he's swinging in with that 5/3, hits me, of course. It takes me to 14. I'm drawing extra cards because at this point I already only have another 2 turns, so I can go down to 11 without it being a problem. So we're gonna draw a couple extra cards, see if we can't get ahead. Swing with the Siphoners, kept my mana open in case I was able to drop cast down on a double block and kill both of his other creatures, which would set me up for a Doomfall the following turn. I'll take that Hydra though with Gonti, since he didn't. Good play on my part, I think. I've got my the only thing I could have done better was attacked with the Graveyard Marshal. He might have actually double blocked that. Alright, so we've got an aggressive Mammoth, though. That's why we want that kill card. That aggressive Mammoth is bad news. Now, we're going to decline the extra draws for life because I've got enough options here. We're going to cast down his aggressive Mammoth, which leaves him with 1 blocker. I'm just going to attack all out, and that is game. Game, set, and match. Doesn't matter what he blocks, he can only block 1, and I've got 4 or 5 creatures coming at him for 2 each. One of them's 3, but it doesn't matter. So yeah, he does not have enough bodies on the board, and that's game. Alright, this next matchup is really very close to the last one in how it plays. Oh, never mind, this is a different one. What am I talking about? Never mind. Alright, so we're going to play a Graveyard Marshal here. My opponent has black. What you got? White. White, black. Let's see what you got. Oh, yeah. Alright, so we're going to play Swamp here. We're going to play Doomfall. Get a peek at that hand. What you playing? What you playing? Let's see what you got. Oh man, it's a vampire deck with a Liliana. Yeah, no thanks to Liliana. That card is horrid. So we're gonna get rid of that. I know what he's playing now. He's playing vampire tokens, which does pose a problem from my generally single target removal in this deck. But it means I can, pardon me, it means I can swat his generals when he does get to them. Until then, we're just going to keep bashing him with the Graveyard Marshal here. Leave our mana open, leave our spells open. We'll be able to do it. Alright, so we're going to drop this Cabal Stronghold, and we're going to swing. Now, this is an interesting play, and it puts him in a position where if he's thinking I might be able to buff the creature, he has to block with all 3. So he's not sure. He's not sure if he should block with 2, 1, or 3, or not at all. So he ends up actually saying, I'll just block with 1. I'll just block it. I won't try to kill it. I'll just block it. Which is good, because if he had gone to 3, I wouldn't have had to cast a card. If he'd gone 2, I would have been able to murder one of them and get rid of 2 of them, which was my ultimate plan. It's a chess move. You know, no matter what you do, you lose something. Now, the really smart play for him probably would have actually been to just not block. But that is not what he chose to do. That's okay. I'm good with that. So he plays a Sanguinier Vampire, which can kill my creatures pretty easily. We're going to go ahead, drop Murder on that guy. No vampires for you. We don't like the big bads. So we're going to go ahead and keep the pressure on him. The only way you can beat vampire decks is if you keep the pressure up on him, really, or just have board wipe after board wipe. So we don't have board wipes like that in this deck, so we just got to keep the pressure up high. Now that Gifted Aetherborn does pose a problem until I top deck a Chupacabra. Chupacabra, go! Go, go, Chupacabra! Alright, so Chupacabra goes to town on that Aetherborn. Boom! Ouch. Alright, everybody go. Swing! Boom, boom. Alright, now we could have played Torgar, but that it would have meant sacrificing our board, and I know he has a cast out, so we are not doing that. We're going to play Torgar at his mana, at his straight mana cost, and just take the long route to the big guy. Also gives us a chance to reset his life if he does manage to gain a bunch for some reason. So I kept the pressure up on him, just swung through, even though he had that blocker, just was not worried about it in the least. We're going to play Izareth here. I've got enough to drop Gravedigger as well. So Gravedigger drops, and we will grab the Graveyard Marshal, which is the only option in my graveyard, which is why there's no selection screen there. Alright, so we got 4 bodies on the board. He's got 4 life. We're in a very good place here. I did not see the Vraska's Contempt coming, though. That really, really hurt. I mean, it gained him that 2 life. He got the body on the board. He removed one of my bodies. Like, that bought him at least another turn. Had he not dropped that, I probably would have killed him right here. This would have been the end. I would have just been like, boom, overrun, you're done. But he buys himself an extra couple turns with that Vraska's Contempt and the 2/2 blocker, and now he's got a 3/4. So, and now he's got a bunch of 1/1s. So we're kind of locked here. Like, I can't swing for anything. He really can't afford to swing either. Because if he does swing, I'll just kill him. So he's kind of in this weird place where swinging is bad, and I'm in a place where swinging is bad. So we both kind of just have to look at each other until something major changes the board or the game here. He does cast out my Torgar, which I knew he would do as soon as it hit. We're going to go ahead and play this Wasteland Scorpion. Just a death touch with cycling. I like it. I think it's a solid card. I was going for a lot of death touch creatures in this deck because it makes it so that my creatures don't care how big your creature is. It just kills it. If it can, it will. All right, and that is the card I was looking for. He's probably, well, no, he's not going to be running Torment. I don't know, white black, but I'm running Torment, and that's enough to kill him. Yeah. So, good game. I top decked what I needed. It could have gone either way. He could have gotten some Ascension card or something like that, boosted all his guys by 2, and swung, it would have been over. So that was we were both on top deck mode, waiting for the right draw. I got it first. All right, so looks like we're playing mono green here. We'll drop Izareth. Yeah, this is the game I was thinking of when I said that before. So this green deck plays very much like that last green deck, where you see a bunch of really hard-hitting green creatures early on. We've got this Steel Leaf Champion, nasty creature. I mean, exceptionally nasty. 5/4, can't be blocked by power 2 or less. That's for 3 mana. That's a straight nasty card. Alright, and then we see the Vinemare, not Diremare, excuse me. Hexproof, cannot be blocked by black, so we're on a race. It's a race already. A race to the graves. So we're going to swing Izareth. We're going to swing with Izareth because it doesn't matter if I don't swing with it. He's just getting ahead of me. So we're going to keep the pressure up, keep swinging. And he plays a second Vinemare. That is really upsetting. I mean, that's two turns and I'm done. That's it, 2 turns. I got 2 turns. So we're going to play the Swamp. We're going to play Nightmare. It's a 6/6. That's good. 6/6 is a threat, an actual threat. He does not block the Izareth, which I think was a smart move. He's going to keep his overall pressure higher than mine by keeping his Vine Mirror alive. So he's going to play Karn. He gets a 1/1 blocker. Not a bad move. Then he plays Ghalta, and that is what loses him the game. Playing Ghalta loses him the game. And I say good game here. He is probably very much under the impression that he has won, which is a mistake because I had Noxious Gearhulk in my hand. Boom, hit his Ghalta. I get 12 life. Changes the game, flips it on its head. Now, I should have played this Cabal Stronghold, but I was so excited to blow that up that I didn't even look at it. Go ahead, swing for 9. He can block with his 1/1 against my Izareth, but it's not enough to stop the 6/6 in the air, which is really what's got him on a clock. And now I've got him on... I can swing with... Now this, I almost made a terrible choice here. I almost gave him the Vine Mare, and then I realized it had Hexproof, so I gave him the Steel Leaf Champion. He is now fully turtling up. No, does he? No, he keeps swinging, I'm sorry. He's going to swing, boom, boom, take me to 7. It doesn't matter. I mean, like, unless he can fog, I swing in the air for 6. So he's done. We're going to go ahead and just play this out, though. Ravenous Chupacabra. We'll pop a champion. And then we're going to be swinging for 7 in the air, unblockable. 5 he can't block, and then the 3, just swing all out. Doesn't matter. I can't block the other guys. He takes the full damage. He goes -10. Good game, Taraz.
I appreciate your time and your consideration. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to comment down below. And until next time, this is the Nerdtastic Pirate signing off.